Hello everyone, welcome back to Lilliputian Lessons. Today we will be dealing with congenital adrenal hyperplasia very quickly and how to remember each of the changes that happen in this disorder. So let's get started. We know that there can be four variants which are essentially due to deficiency of four different enzymes in the sequential manufacturing process of all these adrenal cortical hormones, namely mineralocorticoids, glucocorticoids, and sex steroids. So the most common one is 21 hydroxylase, followed by 17 hydroxylase, followed by 11 beta hydroxylase, and followed by 3 beta hydroxysteroid dehydrogenase. So we will classify this into disorders pertaining to aldosterone, pertaining to cortisol, and pertaining to testosterone. Okay, so pertaining to aldosterone, I want you to remember that aldosterone is reduced and reduced in the extremes. It is increased and increased indirectly in the medial two categories. Okay, so whenever aldosterone is reduced, you will have salt wasting, and here also in the end salt wasting. In the medial two, because aldosterone is increased, you will have salt retention. So salt and water go hand in hand. So salt wasting and salt retention will technically be salt and water retention and wasting respectively. Okay, now one easy way to remember in all of this is that cortisol is universally reduced. Okay, next, so that there is no difficulty to remember that. The next point is about testosterone. So testosterone follows another pattern. It is increased, decreased, increased, and decreased in that sequence. Okay, so if testosterone is increased, what is the effect? The effect on female and effect on male. Okay, and this is in the fetal stage. So if testosterone is increased, the effect on female baby is that there is virilization. When there is virilization, it is 46XX but with ambiguous genitalia. And if it is a male, during the fetal life nothing happens because it is synergic. But when the child keeps growing up, there is precocious puberty. Okay, similar thing happens in the third one. It is increased, testosterone is increased. So in the female baby there is virilization, and in the male baby, after it grows up, it has precocious puberty. Now in the second and the fourth case, testosterone is reduced. Here also testosterone is reduced. So we'll see the second one first. Here testosterone is universally reduced. So effect on the female is that there's failure of development of secondary sexual characters. So you should know that axillary hair, pubic hair, height, spurt, everything happens because of androgenic effects. But if that is not there, then even in females there is failure of secondary sexual development. And in male fetuses, in the beginning itself there is incomplete virilization. Therefore you will have 46XY with ambiguous genitalia. Now what happens in 3 beta hydroxysteroid dehydrogenase is that although testosterone per se is less, DHEAS, which is dihydroepiandrostenedione, it is increased. So this DHEAS is a very weak androgenic mediator. So for a female fetus, that is enough. That much androgenic effect is enough to cause very mild virilization. Mind you, it is not as strong as 21 or 11. It is just mild virilization. But that much is not adequate for the male fetus. So the male fetus will have incomplete virilization. So again it will be 46XY with ambiguous genitalia. So there will be a lot of questions asked on congenital adrenal hyperplasia, where in the question these effects will be mentioned, that you have a karyotype of a child which is 46XY, and the child has it has ambiguous genitalia, and it has salt retention. So what is the enzyme that is likely to be deficient? So that time you have to know which of these four enzymes to mark. And if you know this table and you know the pattern, it will be very easy for you to mark it in the exam. So this is a very important table. Make sure you read this a couple of times, and even just before entering the exam hall. I'm sure it will help you in one or the other exam. So stay tuned, share this video with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe, because I'll be coming up with more of these. helpful videos. Thank you.